you've been a long time supporter of Big Meech.
Right.
And when Big Meech came home, there was a big concert that was thrown, that was supposed to be thrown.
Right.
A lot of big names were on it.
Right.
Lil Baby, 21 Savage, 42 Doug, Sexy Red, and Boosie.
Right.
So, how did you get involved in this concert?
I mean, Meech reached out. And I reached back at him, and we chopped it up. And it wasn't about no concert shit. Just when he first came home, he hit me. We chopped it up on FaceTime. Welcome home. Woo woo woo. We just chopped it up, and
welcome to another episode, everyone. So this is Boosie. We all know Boosie, the rapper, and he's talking about Big Meech. And he's telling Lil Meech here in this interview with Vlad that if he was Lil Meech, he would tell 50 Cent to go fuck himself.
probably 2-3 weeks later, he hit me about the concert, gave me a date on it, and gave my word, I'll be there.
Right, it's supposed to be on Thursday, February 13th.
Yeah.
And along with the names I mentioned, there's also Rick Ross, Kodak Black, ESTG, Moneybagg Yo, Bossman D-Lo, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, I Swear Vezo, Skilla Baby, Peasy, Payroll Giovanni, YTB Fat, Tay B, and Young Scooter. Pretty big lineup. I'm assuming that you were doing it for free?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm assuming everyone else was doing it for free also.
I'm pretty. I don't. But I'm pretty. I mean,
yeah.
You charge a nigga to come home from jail, you a slob. Man.
Right. So you have this big concert with a bunch of big names. I mean, look, like Lil Baby and Kodak Black alone could fill up, a stadium pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And 21 Savage, I mean, he was on tour with Jake doing stadiums. So this was a very, very big concert. Now, leading up to the concert, things went a little wrong.
Right.
So Big Meech does a video with Rick Ross, who has been beefing with 50 forever. Now, keep in mind, Southwest T took a picture with Supreme's son, and that kind of caused some problems already. But T took the post down, and everything seemed to be kind of okay at that point. But then Big Meech did this video, and all hell started to break loose.
Right.
So 50 started accusing Big Meech of being a rat, essentially. And you and I talked about this in previous interviews. There was the allegations of third party cooperating with this guy named Cuffy, who was a kingpin, I believe, from Detroit. When you were seeing this whole back and forth, what did you think?
I ain't never hear about the Cuffy shit. I ain't. I couldn't go on them because they arguing. I couldn't go on. Once I gave.
Charleston White recently did an interview where he said that Boosie and others pick and choose. Because Boosie, I forget who it was, but he had got on someone's case for being a snitch. I guess Tekashi 6ix9ine and someone else, though, where the paperwork hadn't really come out or whatever. But, and so now he's supporting Big Meech so much, and the paperwork has come out on Big Meech. And Boosie is now saying that he had never heard about the Cuffy situation. Perhaps that's plausible, but he knows about it now. And so, as we all heard, Big Meech was about to have a concert on February 13th, and the concert was canceled. I believe the day before the concert. And you saw all the names that were due to perform at the concert. So all of these people apparently are in support of Big Meech. Every rapper that was named to perform for free on behalf of Big Meech in his Welcome Home concert. That was ultimately, again, canceled for various reasons, I suppose. Perhaps they'll get into it now.
Somebody my word, he ain't got no CO paperwork. I mean, I just couldn't bag out on dude, you know. Once I get somebody my word, I gotta go on some factual shit, you know. And it was, so I went down there. I was gonna perform, you know. I went down there. I was gonna perform. I ain't know nothing till I got in the Louis store buying my outfit.
Oh, you didn't see the whole back and forth with 50 and Meech and everything?
No, I'm talking about when it was time for
Oh,
the
okay.
show.
So right, because the concert was still going to happen.
I saw the back and forth with them, you know. I saw the
Got
back
it.
and forth with them, you know, like before the concert, you know, like a couple days before the concert, I saw that. So, I mean, I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait it out, you know. But I ain't gonna bag out nobody because something going on with them. You know?
Right. So, I mean, the story basically goes, and we don't know at this point what really happened.
Yeah.
It's a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah.
But the story is that there is a woman named Tammy Cohen who is an informant, you know, but she is a civilian, and Meech gave her his life rights, and she then took those life rights and made a deal with 50, and that's how the BMF TV series came about. But the allegations is that Meech was giving her information that she then was taking to the feds, that was getting people hemmed up and so forth. But like I said, we don't know that that's for sure.
Right.
And according to 50 and some other people, it seemed like things kind of went bad between Tammy and Meech once he got out of prison. I think that was like, you know, she thought he...
Oh, they was fucking around?
I think maybe she thought that, you know, they were going to be together once he gets out, but once he gets out, he moves in with his baby mother. And there's also a story that Meech wants his life rights back, and, you know, there's some friction over that. So now she's like allegedly talking to 50 and giving him information and so forth. And I guess he's doing a documentary about her, you know, and so forth. It's messy, but it's 50. But you know how 50 gets down. None of this should surprise you.
Yeah, this shit crazy. I mean, I heard, you know, Cup supposed to be trying to get in touch with me.
Oh,
Talk
Cuffy.
to me. Yeah.
Right. What's his
I
name?
like to hear both people's side. You know, that's what I like to hear, you know, both people's side.
Right. Well, Blue Da Vinci, who was part of BMF, that's actually who I was hanging out with mostly when BMF, you know, brought me out to Atlanta. You know,
Okay.
me and him was always cool. He's mad at me because some people came on Vlad TV and accused him of, you know, cooperating and so forth.
Yeah.
But my thing was like, I have nothing against you. There's, you know, you're welcome to tell your side as well.
Yeah.
He actually had Cuffy like on the phone in a video and so forth, and he's kind of pushing that whole thing because the BMF dudes really kind of don't rock with him.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of friction over there. One of the things that 50 said, which was interesting.
So I don't know. It appears that Boosie may be in the dark about some of this, or at least he's saying he is. He's acting like he's in the dark, you know, because he seems surprised when Vlad is explaining this to him. Yeah, you know, Tammy Cohen is upset now. She had Big Meech's life rights, and so now she's talking to 50 Cent and spilling the beans about her being an informant. In other words, about her being an informant and setting up Cuffy on behalf of Meech. She's now explaining all of this to 50, and he's supposed to do a show about it and all this, you know. But Boosie seems surprised. He's like, oh, man, that's crazy. And he laughed like he didn't know about none of this stuff.
Though, when they were going, you know, when he had the back and forth, was he said that Meech had a 6 p.m. curfew and he wasn't even going to be able to go to the concert. Did you know about that?
Nah.
Okay. That was a little weird. It's a Big Meech concert without Big Meech.
I don't know.
Right. Okay. So, and then there was the whole back and forth with his son and everything else like that. Now, one of the things, Tony Ayo was on my show yesterday, and we talked about it. He said that Lil Meech made like $4 million off doing BMF. But if you look at the text message, he was basically saying like, yo, fuck Rick Ross, but, you know, he gave my dad some money and, you know, he needed it until I get my next check from BMF, you know, from the BMF TV series from the next season. 50's like, what next season? But what Tony was saying was that Lil Meech had essentially spent all his money that he had made this whole time. Bunch of pairs of Chrome Hearts jeans that are like 10,000 each, you know, buying Richard Mille watches and hanging out in Atlanta with Gunna and all these dudes that are making millions of dollars, and he's trying to kind of keep up with them. So his dad gets out and he doesn't have $1 million to just give his dad.
Yeah.
So his dad is having to rely on other people. In fact, there's an interesting story that Tony Yayo said was that they were all hanging out at Big Meech's house. It was Meech, Lil Meech, 50, Uncle Murder, Tony Yayo, and Lil Baby had just been there, right? And Big Meech was like, yo, Lil Baby came through here, you know, in the Lambo truck, and he didn't give me nothing.
Yeah.
So Tony was like, oh, okay. He was kind of surprised that he said that, because I guess Meech was expecting, and a lot of people are helping him. I mean, that show with everyone doing free concerts, that's a huge,
Yeah.
that's a huge gimme right there. But I guess he was
been-
expecting people to kind of give him 100,000 here and 50,000 there and so forth. But, you know, if you don't really have a connection with somebody, you're not really going to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Meech, bro, I don't know. Let Meech.
Okay, so this is just, you know, Vlad being messy right here, but Boosie is not really biting. You know, he's saying Big Meech is being ungrateful and this and that. We don't know if that story about Lil Baby is true or not. If he expected Lil Baby to give him some money. Hell, I probably would too. Shit. You rich, filthy rich, you coming over here like I'm your boy. I just got out. You know, I'm trying to get back on. Yeah. And obviously, they're not, at least at this juncture, believing that Big Meech is a rat. The paperwork hadn't really come out at this time, and where now everybody has an opinion, or people are still even on the fence about it. Whatever. But now it's more active since the paperwork has sort of been, you know, revealed and new information is coming out than it was even when Boosie did this interview a week ago, or, you know, when they were supposed to have a concert. Certainly when Big Meech first got out, people were coming over to see him and this and that. They're thinking this is just a big homie that he came. And it was some allegations against him, but nothing had materialized and became crystal clear like it is becoming now, with exactly who was involved, how the whole thing went down, how he supposedly had told the whole thing. It's like a different atmosphere now, you know. Now, does that mean that he couldn't have the same concert with these same people? Probably not, because, and that's what Charleston White was saying, these dudes, they're hypocrites. Oftentimes they pick and choose. You know, some people are snitches, they're ready to kill them. And then when it's one of their heroes or whatever, that's a snitch, possibly a snitch, or if it has been confirmed that he is indeed a snitch, then they don't have the same energy. They pick and choose who is okay to snitch and who is not. What the fuck would they do that at?
I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, that's my daddy. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, let's go to war. Nigga, fuck you. And everything you, nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Is it my son, nigga? I ain't gonna go against this grain. Fuck that. I was like, damn, you know, like, seemed like him and 50 got a, you know, because after that then came out how Meech was talking all, you know, like, no, nigga, fuck all y'all. I'm with my dad, nigga. You know, I ain't like his response, you know, but.
Okay. There you have it. It makes sense. You know, he said he'd have told him to fuck himself. Fuck you, let's go to war. You know, 50 Cent be trolling and this and that, but he's been calling his daddy a snitch. He's been calling Big Meech a snitch and putting out the paperwork and clowning him on Instagram, saying all sort of stuff about him. You know, you name it. Y'all know how 50 Cent is. So Boosie said that his response would have been different, that he did not like Lil Meech's response to 50, that they got something going. 50 and Lil Meech got something going. Like, man, this your daddy. You supposed to told 50, fuck you, man, we go to war. He say, if it was my son, he ain't gonna go against me. We just, you know, like, man, we going to war, talking about Pops like that. So he made it clear that he didn't like Lil Meech's response to 50 Cent. That he felt like Lil Meech should have stood up for his daddy way more than what he did. And that he should have told 50 Cent, fuck you, we're going to war. That's apparently not what happened for whatever reason. He believes that 50 Cent and Lil Meech are in bed together in one way or another. Stay safe and stay free, people.